With the start of a base as a farmhouse and a nice interior to go along with it, we need to start expanding. We already have good armor, tools, and an XP farm, so today we are going to do some enchanting. And the hill that our base sits on is looking a little bland, so we need to fix that with a nice expansion to the base. Alright, before I do any of that, I did some stuff in between episodes. First, I organized the storage room. Be proud of me. And I came over here and tucked in some barrels where we're just storing some copper and glass for now, but if we need to store anything else, we can use these extra barrels. While organizing the storage room, I realized I had a lot of resources left to build a tree, so that's what I did. It is just a little small tree, but I think it looks good right next to the house, and it kind of makes the house look a little bit bigger. I also wanted to add it here because this side felt a little plain, and I didn't really know what to do with it, so yeah, that's there. Now this episode is going to contain a lot of terraforming in it, and to get some of those resources, I need Silk Touch, and I only have Fortune. I do have Silk Touch on this axe, but it's pretty much dead. So another goal today is to get mending. And last episode, I captured a lot of villagers. Yeah, you love your new home, don't you? Yeah. And I even got this villager, which trades Silk Touch. But I don't have any emeralds, so I need to trade with you. You like carrots and wheat. And I need 6 emeralds and a book. But I don't have any emeralds. What? What are you doing in here? You scared me. Can I have your bow? No. That guy actually scared the crap out of me. And yep, I don't have any emeralds. Wait, do I have any in this? Wait, I have in this bundle. I have emeralds in this bundle. What? And I think I have books down here. Yep, I have 1 book. So let's buy the Silk Touch book and craft a new pickaxe. And I'm not going to put the Silk Touch on the pickaxe because I want to see if I can get efficiency from the enchantment table. But I do need a lot of levels, so we're at the armadillo farm. Just in 5 minutes, I'm already at level 34. Please give me a good enchantment, please. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. That's the exact same enchantment I have on this guy. Would have loved to have that last episode. Alright, let's try this again. Efficiency 4. Are you serious? Stop it! Stop giving me that. Yes! Yes! Oh, this is perfect, this is perfect, this is perfect. Yes. Yes. Alright, what do we get? Alright, what do we get now? Oh my gosh. This could be the one. This could be the one. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. You know what? We're taking that. Perfect. I'd say that was pretty successful. Last episode, I promised we would build a mine, and we should do that now. Just to get it out of the way. And it's probably the smallest project I'll have to do this episode. But in order to build a mine, I must go mining to gather tuff and deep slate. And get some copper as well, because I'm gonna need it. I didn't realize I didn't lit up this area. There's 3 creepers. 5 creepers. Are we serious? Let's go. Pro gaming at its best. After mining all the tuff and deep slate I was going to need, I headed for more caves in higher elevation to mine some coal ore, as my supply was all gone. What are you doing? No, no, no. Get away from my armadillos. Oh my gosh, an arrow got scarcely close to you guys. How many warnings must go up to keep the pillagers out? Pillagers aside, I started to craft down all the tough and deep slate I just mined. I left these leftover slabs from the starter base build last episode, and actually I don't need to mine them. I need to wax them down to this stage. Well, I only need 3 more. I need to smelt down all of this copper. Alright, I just laid out all the copper. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long, because all this needs to go to the second stage. So hopefully it doesn't take 4 hours of waiting. I just realized we have 31 levels, and I want to see if we can enchant our axe. Give me back my levels. You know what? I think I should have kept that because I need to chop down a lot of spruce wood. Well, that burnt through my axe. While cutting the spruce tree down, a lot of this has aged down to the second stage, which is so good. Another good thing is I haven't seen a pillager for a while. You have got to be kidding me. What the heck is this? What is my luck? I don't even think this is luck anymore. How? Why is his crossbow so big? Look at that! Oh my gosh! That pillager incident looked so staged, but I promise you it was real. That is ridiculous. I do need to strip a lot of the logs I just gathered. Now I gotta craft all of this stuff down. For this build, I want to use some cherry wood, but I don't have any, so like last episode, I'm going to rely on the Wandering Trader. But cherry wood isn't the only wood I want to use. I want to use some of the nether wood. I need the warped stem and the crimson stem. I got probably the worst spawn in history. I believe I go this way. Okay, the basalt is over there. Alright, give me this basalt. My gosh. Almost just killed myself. That would have... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I dodged that so well. I completely ran out of blocks. We got exactly... No, we have to make it a stack. There we go. 3 stacks. Alright, get me the heck out of here. To give you context about the actions I'm about to do is, well, I'm stupid and clearly don't know how some Minecraft mechanics work. I can't bone meal it. Wait, you do grow up into a big guy, right? You better, I hope. Why can't you bone meal those? I really hope you grow, because I can't bone meal it. I can't bone meal it. For some reason, I haven't seen a single Wandering Trader spawn, and I really don't want to look for a cherry biome. Today, I do want to extend the coarse dirt road going that way and down the hill, as this is probably the area that I'm going to be working on the most this episode. And it's a good thing I brought dirt. I'm going to need a lot more than that, though. In the terraforming, I included a lot of rocks, and in those rocks, there's a lot of coral blocks, and I don't have any, so I'm going to find a coral reef. And last episode, I saw one this way. And I think we've arrived. Oh my gosh. This has got to be the smallest desert biome I've ever seen. I mean, I'll take the cactus. I'm going to need it at some point. This is going to take forever because I don't have a water-breathing helmet. I've been so focused on enchanting my tools, I forgot about my armor. Okay, I think I have enough. If I don't, I'm going to be pretty mad. Now we have to go all the way back home. I wasn't recording, but a creeper just blew up my base. I don't think it blew up any barrels or anything with storage in them, so I guess that's a win, but come on. Okay, let's fix this up. Alright, I have some good news and some bad news. First, I got everything back to normal, but the bad news is not everything because I'm missing my brewing stand, and I don't have any more blaze rods to make a new one. I've just been zoning out and gathering copper for about an hour now, and this is the last piece of copper I need to gather for the build. But like in every scenario, there's always one more missing piece. For some reason, this won't grow, and I don't know why, and I don't want to know why. Just let me bone meal you! So, I'm gonna have to go find a warped biome in the nether. I do want to take a break from resource gathering, and I do have 32 levels, so let's see what's on our helmet. Oh, I like that. Okay. You know, it's a start. Now, I just need a cherry biome. Nailed it. Let's just venture that way. You know what will be better? I see horses over there, and you could craft saddles now. I think you know what I'm going with this. So let's craft that saddle, find a horse, tame that horse. Okay, this is a start. Be my friend, thank you. Oh my! I just horse parkoured. Okay, I feel like you're a little faster. What about you? Okay, you're fast. You're the best one so far. I'm back at home, and I didn't record anything from that trip because nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. I just could not find a cherry biome for the life of me. I came home with a bundle, a new saddle, and these things, and that's it. Literally nothing else happened. So we're relying on the wandering trader. Again. But my tools are starting to wear down a little bit, so I'm going to try to get mending. And if a wandering trader doesn't spawn by the time I get a mending book, then I'm just giving up completely on cherry wood. We're going to start with you. Alright, now we're going to get on the grind of re-rolling his trades until we get a mending book. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. If you don't give me a mending book right now, this is the end of you. I see you don't do well with threats. But I have another idea. Would an emerald grab your attention? Oh, yeah. What is it? Oh, dude, I'm gonna be losing my patience. My axe is almost broken. Hey, you know what's even better than emeralds? Freedom. You see this village? It could be all to yourself. Oh my gosh! Let's go! Wait, it's only 19. You're staying alive, buddy. It's only 19 emeralds. I just need more emeralds to trade it with. Alright, time to harvest the wheat field. Peekaboo. Yeah. No! He reset his trade! No, I was too late. Oh, that actually sucks. That sucks. Bless me. Oh my gosh. Oh, that hurt. Alright, well, because you want to do this, we're doing it again. You broke me. You literally broke me. Don't give me that sass. And my pickaxe just broke. You have got to be kidding me. Now we have to craft a new axe. Let's go. Oh my gosh. That took forever. Now I just gotta find a way of making emeralds. Alright, you know what? Forget about everything I said about not going back in the nether. I really need some warped wood. I also need a new brewing stand because I'm running out of infested potions and I don't really have a good source of making XP without them. We're first gonna go to the nether fortress to find some blazes. Alright, come here. Wait, is this a blaze spawner? It is. Alright, I think we're done here. But I'm out of the fortress and I'm going to try to find a warped biome. I found one! Let's go! Alright, let's gather this wood. Okay, yeah, it works on this grass, which is nice to know. So I will be taking it. Alright, let's make our way back home. Get me the heck out of here. That didn't go nearly as bad as I thought it would. I definitely thought I was gonna die. And now we can actually start building the mine. This build is mostly going to be made out of tuff, and the door will go right here. We're also going to mix in some of our pale moss with more tuff. And for some darker areas, I'm thinking the outside texture of deep slate, because it symbolizes some shading. And something like this will do, except I do want to place a flower pot with a poppy and a spruce button. Perfect. It will definitely be more perfect with the rest of the walls on all sides. And then adding a wooden extension to symbolize someone who is living there that works in the mine. Great, this is looking really good. And I do want to add one small addition to this guy. And it's going to be pale hanging moss. And we can add that here. Now for the doorway leading in here, I'm just going to add some stairs, spruce trapdoors, and dark oak trapdoors, that's what they're called, to frame in the doorway. Now this face is looking a little flat, so I kind of want to add a copper awning with a copper trapdoor. And yeah, I like that. It gives a cool pop of color. And for even more of a pop of color, I want to finally use our hanging signs. Perfect. I like it. The mangrove hanging sign was supposed to be the cherry hanging sign, but I couldn't find any cherry wood, so it's just going to be a substitute for mangrove. Now we can cover the lack of an interior with the roof, including copper, jungle, and granite. I did leave these 2 holes in the roof, and that's because I want 2 mud brick chimneys going up, topped with mud brick walls. I'm really liking that. This build is looking really good. Now for the floor in here, I'm just going to go with stone. And for the sides over here is going to be cobble deep slate. And for the corners, I'm just going to use spruce wood. And we can fill this in with some spruce planks, like that. And the ceiling is deep slate. And with some foliage on the outside, the mine is finally complete. And I still have lots of leftover resources. We'll use those later this episode. But for now, I really gotta start working on this area. And I kinda wanna work on these rocks. I already gathered a lot of the resources for the terraforming, but I need a lot more grass and dirt. So I think I'm just gonna be digging right here. And my shovel is already almost dead. We really gotta get villagers. But this should hopefully be enough for now. We will work on gathering more grass later. But for now, I want to get some more emeralds to get mending, because my shovel really needs it. I just harvested the wheat field. Let's trade him some emeralds. 6. That's all you got? I guess the wheat field isn't really working out that well. So I want to try something new. And it's going to require pumpkins. And 2 pumpkins have already grown. That's actually really nice. We will work on expanding that later. I have decided I want to get another librarian villager. And hopefully we can get a good book trade. Alright, which one of you guys wants to be useful for me? How about you? Now you're in here for life. You got that? And now we have a nice villager setup. You do trade paper, but I'd like a good book trade to go along with that. But this time's different. I can feel it. You're a keeper. You, stupid 28 emeralds for a mending book. You're gonna be put in a villager breeder. Well, I feel good. Even though that's not exactly what I wanted, at least it's more affordable. Now I only have 2 more emeralds to my name. Okay, maybe I have an emerald issue, but we'll sort that later. And the wheat field that I used to get emeralds, well, I mean, it could be better. Totally not me wanting to do something else and build. Look, what was that? Distraction! Let's go mining for stones and not worrying about our emerald problem. Nope, no way. Oh, it's our good friend the Wandering Trader. Could've used you a little bit ago. And you have absolutely nothing. Remind me, what was your purpose in life again? Oh, you don't know? Oh yeah, leads. Can't forget about leads. Alright, buddy, give me your emeralds. Now I can buy our first mending book. Finally put it on our shovel. But we must repair it. With my shovel repaired up, I think it's time for some digging. And by digging, I really mean placing in all the grass blocks. But I guess there was a lot of digging because I totally ran out of grass blocks, so I had to dig up some more to finish off the terraforming. This terrain looks really weird right now. That's cause there's some missing pieces to it. We're gonna have a road stretching down the hill going that way, thinking about having another farmhouse here, and there's gonna be 3 big boulders sloping up the hill, which I want to complete right now. I am just in love with the scale and texturing of these rocks. All the texturing and stuff blends in really well, especially when you're far away. I think I'm gonna add some more rocks over there. We might do those, but we might not. Now, in between some of these rocks, I want to add some leaves and grass. It kind of makes it look like something is growing in between them. And we can do the same thing near the top. And I think that looks pretty good. I just want to repeat this to the other rocks. Now for this rock, I did leave some grass and moss on this, and I would like to add some more azalea bushes and grass on it. Like so. Perfect. Just to make this rock a little bit more different than the others. And the rocks are finally done. Now that that's taken care of, I want to work on the road. I only have 5 stacks of coarse dirt, and that's not going to be enough, so I gotta get more. And I think there's gravel on that stony shore biome. So let's take your horse. Please give me some name ideas in the comments. And we've made it. And I was right, there's plenty of gravel here. Alright buddy, let's go back home. Alright, can this give me enough coarse dirt? Ooh, you know, I think that's enough. We'll just have to see. Ooh, look at this super satisfying footage of a cool coarse dirt road being built right in front of your very eyes. This place looks so much better with a road going through it. There are still a few more missing spots, and I'd like to start filling those in. But before we do that, I want to make this part of the road look a little bit better. And we can do that with a little bit of tough slabs, and repeat the same thing on the other side. Like so. And now it makes it feel like it's a little bit more fortified. Now, I need lots of materials to build the farmhouse, so I'm stripping down some jungle logs and then chopping down some more jungle trees to later craft them down into shelves. Then crafting down some more spruce trapdoors and later going out to chop down more trees as I need lots of wood. Next, I'm crafting my first copper lantern, then cutting down some more tough and deep slate, all while listening to some very nice tunes. If you're lost and you look and you will find me, time after time. I then headed to a nearby river to collect some clay to later smelt into bricks, and then traveling to a nearby swamp because I needed to dig up a lot of mud, and then took a break to do some more enchanting. And after 2 hours later, this is all the resources we're gonna need to build the house. Except the lantern. This thing has been here for 2 hours, and I've moved it around just in case, and it has not oxidized to the second stage at all for the entirety of the 2 hours. I added this extension to the coarse dirt road that is going to surround the building, and for the building itself, we're just gonna have the base as some granite and some bricks. And we're gonna repeat this for these 2 other sides. Perfect. And now breaking away from our brick and granite, we're gonna start using some jungle and our jungle stripped wood. And for the shadows, we're gonna use our packed mud. And for just a little bit of darker color to blend in these 2 colors, I wanna use the outside texture of the jungle stripped wood. And we just repeat this up. Wow, look at the very cool build being built. And do you know what else is cool? Subscribing! Now, some of the colors may look a little extreme, but once we get all the details, they will blend in a lot more. And by details, I mean windows. For the window frame, we can use our scaffolding, and behind it, I want to use some of our copper grates, just to get a little bit of pop of green. And I would like to do this for all sides. And for this window, I want to use a loom as the base, and we're just going to continue our scaffolding. These walls are looking a little bit flat, so we could touch them up by adding some awnings with fence gates. We could unlit these campfires. Then we could come in and place our ladders down. I added another little awning over here on this window, but instead of ladders, I want to use shelves. Just for a little bit of difference, and also that these are the first shelves I've ever used in this world. And I'm going to be using a lot more, especially in this build. And we actually are using them now, just for a fun difference in texture to this new addition. This little hole is going to be filled in with our wax copper bulb. This will have a special purpose later, but I'm not going to focus on that now. And right here, we can just add our crimson trapdoors as little shutters. It also has a nice pop of color too. Now, inside the build is looking rather disgusting, and I'm still debating if I want to tackle this today or do it next episode. But for the shelves, I think they look really cool on the outside of the build. But on the inside, they look really ugly with just a random hole there. And I had to cover them up with trapdoors everywhere. But before we do the roof, there's this big hole right here, which we can fill in with a large mud brick tower. Another detail I just came across is we can add a button under our campfire. And it kind of helps make a little curve from a distance. And I think that's really cool. And now for the roof, we're going to have a combination of regular bricks, mossy cobble stairs, more brick stairs, and some tough brick stairs. With the roof, this build looks so good. But you might see in my inventory, we're going to bring this build to life with plants. And we can start by adding some glowberries and shearing them, just to add a little bit more green. And this should do the trick. I added some bushes out front, and we can fluff it up by adding some more grass and ferns mixed in with our bush. And for a little bit of pop of color, I want to mix in some of our wildflowers. Yeah, I think that looks good. I repeated that to this side, and I just want to add in some agrobluettes. Like that. Perfect. That looks really good in front of the house. But there is just one more thing I can add to it, and that involves the copper lantern. This thing took the entirety of building that and gathering all the resources for that to age down 3 stages. But now the build is complete. This looks really good. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I do think I'm going to replace some of this with some of our rocks, just kind of sloping up, and having a little viewpoint up here to look out over the ocean. I think that could be cool. And I don't think they're going to be as big as these rocks either, because these are a little big for the hill. But talking about rocks, let's build some over here. I did promise I'd build them after all, just not texture them. These rocks are untextured for now. I just don't have any time to texture them and gather those resources to put on those rocks. That'll take way too long. We will texture them in the future. I have been collecting some pumpkins, so let's go trade with the farmer. Boom, 8 emeralds. Okay, yeah, I'll take. I did notice the villagers in this pen are gone. Oh, you guys are supposed to protect them. We will deal with that another episode. For now, I have another project on my hands. And for this project, I'm gonna need to enchant my hoe, because I need a lot of leaves, and shears have really bad durability. And I don't have 30 levels, so I'm gonna need to use the XP farm. $35 levels should hopefully do. Silk Touch, please. No, Fortune 2? Are we serious? Okay, at least I have 30 more levels. Please, Silk Touch. Please, Silk Touch. Please. Are we serious? Well, shears it is. Let's just make a couple shears. as I'm gonna need lots of oak leaves. I think that should do. And maybe unbreaking on this hoe isn't such a bad idea, because I want to plant a giant wheat field sloping down the hill. But first, I would like to outline it with some leaves. Yeah, this should definitely be enough space. And the wheat field is finally planted. I originally was gonna have a sheep pen back here, but I'm gonna save that for a later episode. Then I came across the idea maybe I put that cow pen over here, but I do not want to move all those cows. I think I have a solution to that. And seeing that I'm almost out of food, I think you know where I'm going with this. Die! 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 And in a few seconds, the herd is gone. And I have about 4 stacks of steak. I saved 5 of you, and we're just gonna have to regrow your population. Why did I not think of this? I don't even have a pen for them. And something like this should do the trick. Alright, cows, now we can leave. In you go. I do keep having to go to the river to get water, so I would like to make a well. This isn't my design, I definitely stole it from others, but I think it looks really cool. And with those finishing touches, I think we can call this project done. At least for now, or maybe this project is paused, and we can fill in a lot more space over here. But I think everything I've done this episode gives the general idea of what I want this area of the world to look like. And for a start, I think we made some great progress. So I think I'm gonna call it on today's episode. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!